Hello, everybody. My name is Matthew Schuyler Clayton, and I go by Schuyler. I interviewed a therapist for my project, Dr. Arthur Hatton, so a clinical psychologist technically, who's been with Athena Care for 4 years now. And we talked about, what it was like to be with different clients. So I asked him, how do you balance the nuances in between each client? So one of the first things you do is you check your personal biases. You avoid clinical jargon. Don't talk too clinical. You might create a power dynamic in between you and the client that feels like maybe the client isn't, you're not as relatable to them. So you use relatable language. A real life example that he used from when he was just become a therapist, just got licensed. He pushed a client too much in a session, and what ended up happening, instead of having a breakthrough, the client left and never came back. So he said it was important to not push breakthroughs, and if clients get overwhelmed, that we slow things down. We focus on our timing and our pacing. I love this quote he gave me: "Rapport is a bank that you need to deposit into so you can withdraw from later." That's very important because you might have a client that gets guarded down the road, and so what do? You have that alliance already built, that rapport, so maybe you can talk them, get them back engaged into the therapeutic process. We always use validation and empathy no matter what. We manage our frustration. Even if we think the client is talking nonsense, we don't show judgment towards them. We don't want them to feel as if we're against them. We protect the therapeutic alliance. Even nonverbal communication is very important. What does this look like if I'm a therapist that talks to you like this? Like I don't care. But if I'm leaning in and I'm looking at you, my facial expressions show that I'm engaged. I'm looking, I'm listening. Even the environment that you're in, he says that he creates an atmosphere in his office that looks relatable. Beatles posters, a guitar, stuff that would be in a normal room. Some key takeaways is that therapy is completely communication driven, whether it's verbal or nonverbal. That we always show unconditional positive regard and validate the clients and don't show judgment. We don't invalidate their experience, right? We don't show them our frustration, even if we are frustrated with them, and we're adaptable, right? And instead of focusing on techniques, we focused on the relationship building with that client so they can trust us through the process. Therapy is not a race; it's a marathon. In conclusion, communication builds trust. Emotional awareness matters. Foundation of effective therapy is a strong therapeutic alliance, and to remember that therapists plant the seeds, the clients do the work. We're not the ones that have the breakthroughs. It's them that do the work in the end. And don't rely on clinical jargon. I want my surgeon to have clinical jargon I don't understand. I don't want my therapist to. I want him to feel more like a friend. Thank you so much. If you have any questions, shoot me a message.